Hi guys, welcome back. Today I wanted to talk to you all about a foundation. I haven't done a foundation video in a few weeks now, so I feel like I'm well overdue. I've really missed doing these videos for you guys, and there's definitely been some that I've been trying recently that I'm going to be doing reviews on, like the new Maybelline foundation, and there's just loads in the pipeline. But today's focus is going to be on a foundation which is quickly becoming one of my most used go-to drugstore foundations. I absolutely adore it. I've had it for around, I think I've had it for about 4 or 5 months, and I've only just started to pay real attention to it in this last month, and I absolutely love it, and I feel like I've been missing out all this time. And it's by L'Oreal, and it's the Lumi Magique Light Infusing Foundation, which looks like this. Let's get cracking. Okay, so packaging wise, love it. Nice glass bottle. I love L'Oreal packaging. I know it's not the smallest, it is quite chunky, but I store my foundations in my foundation drawer, so it doesn't matter that they're not as compact as, say, Chanel packaging where they're a nice like a cube. Doesn't bother me too much. I think this looks really premium, it looks really expensive and high-end, and I do like the packaging. It comes with a pump dispenser and it is rose gold plastic. I really like the design of this foundation, even though it's quite a nice heavy chunky bottle. I don't mind it. It slots in quite nicely on my shelf, so it doesn't bother me too much. The only downside to this dispenser is the pump leaks slightly. Not as much as, say, the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation leaks. That leaks like no other foundation that I've ever purchased. But this does leak ever so slightly, but I just dab it with a bit of a beauty blender and it's fine. It's not too much of a worry, but if you store it, say, this way, I wouldn't recommend that because it leaks. But yeah, it comes in a 30ml, which is a bog standard size for a foundation, and they do come in a nice variety of shades. Not the hugest variety, but I've managed to find my shade quite nicely. I'm wearing it today, and yes, I really like this shade. And for anyone who's interested, I have it in gold linen, and I feel like it suits me perfectly while I'm in this kind of paler phase of my life right now. I feel like I'm super pale. I'm definitely going to be self-tanning in the next few weeks because I feel like a vampire. But anyway, packaging, I really do like it. It's not the most compact, it's not travel friendly with it being glass, but if you're going to store it like I do, just in your cabinet, then it's fine. If you're going to travel with it, I would recommend just pumping some into a small bottle or tub. That might be a bit more travel friendly for you guys. So as you'll see from the demo clip that I'm going to insert in a moment, I decided to use a primer underneath it, and I wanted to make this kind of brand relevant, so I chose the only primer that I own from L'Oreal, which is the Studio Secret Smoothing and Resurfacing Primer. Now, I'm not a mad fan of this. I find it super heavy and super cakey, but I'm only going to use it in areas where I have enlarged pores, which is basically here. I would never dream of spreading this on my whole entire face because it would just be cake spill. So I'm just going to apply that very, very sparingly to these areas here that I have larger pores, and then I'm going to pop this on and show you what it looks like. Okay, so as I always do with these videos, I start off with literally no makeup on. I basically cleansed and moisturised my face, and that is the step that I'm up to. I just like you guys to see the amount of coverage that it gives and what my skin looks like before and after. And to keep it kind of brand specific, I'm going to use a L'Oreal primer. Even though this isn't one of my favourites, I'm going to use it anyway because it's the only L'Oreal primer that I own, I think. And it's the Studio Secret Smoothing and Resurfacing Primer, which I don't really care for. It's a little bit thick for me. I use it more as an eye primer, but I'm going to apply a little bit of it just to areas where I have larger pores, because it does help minimise them because the texture is just super thick. But I'm not going to apply it on the whole of my face because it's way too heavy for that, but just in the areas that I do have enlarged pores. I'm going to now apply the L'Oreal Lumi Magique Light Infusing Foundation with Liquid Light technology, and I have this in the shade Gold Linen for anyone who's interested. I'm just going to start off with a small pump on the back of my hand and use my LY34 brush to start applying it. What I tend to do is just apply it everywhere where I want it, and then I'll go back in and blend and use more if I need to. So I'm just going to do that. And this brush is just so nice for applying it, and the foundation is super light. Like, I don't feel like I'm applying foundation right now. It's a really nice light consistency, which is one of the reasons that I really do like it, because the coverage that it gives you and the lightness of the texture is very, very nice indeed, so I do enjoy that. The thing is, you don't need much of this foundation. Like, one pump will do the entire face, unless you have like acne prone skin and you want to use that a little bit more, but generally I'm quite happy just to use one pump. That's it applied. It is quite pale, but I'm looking pale at the moment, but it is a paler finish than I would normally go for. But then I just want my complexion with bronzer. But in terms of the coverage and how it smooths on and longevity, I really love this foundation, and it's just so easy to apply. It doesn't feel cakey or heavy, and as you've just seen, one pump has done my entire face, and I don't really feel the need to wear a concealer. If I was being picky, I may cover up some slight redness that I have going on in these areas, but it's nothing too major. Like, I'd be happy just to go out with this foundation by itself, which is always great, not having to pile on the product. So I just went ahead and applied the rest of my makeup, and I tried to do it as minimally as possible. I'm not wearing any eyeshadow or eyeliner. I'm not trying to pull focus on my complexion. I've applied a little bit of blush and bronzer just to warm my face up a bit, because as I said, I'm ghastly pale at the moment. And I've also used a little bit of highlighter here just to accentuate my bone structure, and I really like it. It's such an easy foundation to apply. It spreads on beautifully. It works just as well with a brush as it does with a beauty blender, so no matter which girl you are, whether you're a beauty blender girl, you're a brush girl, this will apply beautifully. I applied it with my LY34 brush, but when I'm feeling a little bit like I'm stuck for time, I will opt for my beauty blender, and both finishes are absolutely beautiful. There's not one that I prefer. It's a very light and radiant looking complexion. What I love about this foundation is the light diffusing technology that's built in. I feel very radiant and fresh faced, and I don't feel the need to pack on a highlighter. At the moment I'm just using a tiny bit up here on the top of my cheekbone, and that's the Charlotte Tilbury Bar of Gold. But apart from that, everything that you see on the complexion base wise is this foundation. All the light that's coming is from this foundation, and I really do like it. It gives a really dewy, fresh faced, iridescent lip from within appeal to your complexion, and it just makes my skin look really flawless, and I really do like it. It's not amazing in terms of coverage. Like, there are better coverage foundations from the L'Oreal range, but if you have like only a few blemishes going on, nothing too heavy, you could just pop a concealer on top. It's no worries. It's not a heavy foundation where you feel like you're adding on product. And if you just want a beautiful kind of even canvas glow to your complexion, then I would recommend this. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, if you don't want a radiant finish, if you're more of a matte person, then this is not the foundation for you, because this is concentrated with, not shimmer, but there's definitely a bit of radiance running through this bottle. You can really see it when you hold it up to the light, that there's definitely, the light will bounce off it, and I like that. You guys know I love my dewy and radiant complexion finishes. They're my favourite. I don't like to look too matte, because I feel like matte is flat and it just doesn't give the dimension to my face that I like, but this is definitely beautiful for people who want a fresh faced glowy look, and I definitely would recommend it. So I have a few errands that I've got to run today. It's my daughter's birthday tomorrow. Depending on when this goes up, it's her birthday on Tuesday, so this may go up on Wednesday, so it'll be her birthday already, but I'm going to nip out now because I just need to get some more supplies, wrapping paper, that kind of thing, because a few more presents than we expected have turned up in the post, and I didn't account for that. So I'm going to go and get a few more supplies, and I will check back with you in a bit. Hi guys, so I'm back just to give you an update. It's about 5 o'clock in the evening now, so it's gone dark, and yeah, I feel like I've been wearing this foundation now since about 9 in the morning, and it's now just turning 5 o'clock, so it's a really nice kind of test for you guys to see what it looks like. My lipstick has definitely diminished, but that's fine. In terms of my complexion though, I feel like it still looks pretty much the same. The blemishes that I have going on here have not come through yet, and I'm really happy with it. Everything stayed intact quite nicely. It doesn't feel heavy or cakey, and there's no signs of it wearing away. Like, I'm looking at it now in the viewfinder, and I've also looked at it in the mirror, and there's no signs of it kind of diminishing. So I feel like this probably will last until like 7 or 8 o'clock at the very, very least. So that's definitely a full working day, definitely a good 11 hours for you guys just to see what it looks like. I would definitely recommend it. It's absolutely beautiful, and yeah, big thumbs up from me, and it's definitely one of my favourites. So as you guys will have seen, the foundation has lasted really well. I knew it would, to be honest with you, which is why I pre-recorded the ending, because I've been wearing it for like the past month, so I knew how well it would fare. But I just wanted you guys to see kind of real time just how well it fared and how well it lasted and how it looked. And it is just beautiful. It's a gorgeous foundation, and the best thing about it is it's a drugstore price. It's about £10 to £11, not too expensive, and I really do like it. I hope you all found this helpful. Don't forget to give it a little like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new to this channel, and also comment down below with any questions that you may have or any thoughts you have on this foundation. I'd be psyched to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!